everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I'm Robin, or A Hobbit's Reading List, and this week we are doing something. Honestly, I don't have any plans besides school and work and trying to maintain. So let's see if I can actually do that. So, I will say that I have finished a book. I had to read The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole for one of my classes. I have a class on Gothic literature, and I finished that earlier today. And I mentioned last week that my teacher helped reframe Gothic literature because in the past I haven't enjoyed it. And that reframe really did help because yes, this story was ridiculous. the logic was, honestly, the logic wasn't bad for the time period that it was written in. I get it, and I think remembering that context and remembering how Gothic literature was viewed at that time, it's not serious. There are deeper meanings to it, but it's not serious literature. Honestly, it was fun. It was fun. It was crazy. The Castle of Otranto is about this guy. He's called a prince, and maybe that is accurate, but his name is Manfred, and his son is killed on the second page. And the rest of the story is him sort of going into a rash decision-making spree. He's highly offended by literally everything. He decides that he wants to marry the woman that was betrothed to his son, and there's a whole... It hits on a lot of tropes, which at the time were not tropes, but now they are. They're very common in Gothic literature. And like I said, it was fun. It was a good time. I'm very surprised, actually. I'm really hoping that the other ones are also a good, fun time. But I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was great. Yeah. So, I haven't listened to an audiobook because it's very cold outside. It's -2, but it feels like -27 because of the wind chill. So, my class was moved to virtual this morning, so I haven't driven anywhere, so I haven't listened to an audiobook. And as I said, I finished The Castle of Otranto. My next book for that class is Vathek? But I probably won't start reading that till the weekend. It's fairly short. So, I did my spinning wheel to figure out what my next physical read will be, and I spun it twice, and both times it landed on the Scientific American book of love, sex, and your brain, or whatever. So I will try to read that. Not really looking forward to reading a nonfiction book, but there's also not a lot I can do about that, because I have to read it at some point. So that's what's going on, and I will check in maybe tomorrow if I read more. Holy shit, guys. I just realized I haven't vlogged at all since Tuesday. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I've actually been reading quite a bit. So I'm gonna make this quick. I'm obviously on my way out. So I vlogged Tuesday because I finished Castle of Otranto. Okay, technically I've not started a new fictional book. I'm supposed to start the Scientific American book. I think I'm avoiding it, so I'm gonna, stop trying. Which means that I will read Piccadilly Gym by P.G. Wodehouse, because I have to get that done. So I will start that soon. I will get it from the library. I have listened to more of the Rulebook for Restless Rogues. I'm about halfway through. I am enjoying it. I like the relationship between David and Noah, who are best friends. and they're kind of working together to help save the Molly house that David runs. And I thought I knew how they were going to do that, but I'm halfway through the book and that hasn't happened yet. So I don't think that's how they're going to save it. I don't know. The book is obviously more focused on their relationship and the like will they won't they aspect. But I do still care about the plot. And so that just hasn't happened really. Like they're still setting it up. So I'm a little worried about pacing. It's very hot. Other than that, I read another I read another chapter of the Internal Family Systems, and then I also read another portion of the Torah. I don't really talk about either of them at this point. Internal Family Systems, I'm just getting it done to get it done. None of it is relevant to me anymore. And the Torah portion, it's, it's the portion of the Torah. Yeah, so that's part of the reason I think I haven't really filmed, is because I haven't really read that much, it feels like. But, I mean, I have made progress with the audiobook, so there's that. Okay, hopefully I will get more reading done today, and I will actually have a real update for you tomorrow. Very sorry that I went such a long time without saying anything. To me, I went 2 whole days, but, like, that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that horrible. So, I will talk to you later. I seem to have lost my tripod, so that sucks. So I'm just gonna be down here a little bit. So I checked in Friday morning, so I listened to more of the Rulebook for Restless Rogues. I have about 2 hours left, so I'll finish it today. The relationship is developing nicely. They've admitted to feelings, which I was very surprised that happened at like the 60% mark. And the thing that I thought was going to be most of the book is now happening. So apparently it's not most of the book. But I'll be interested to see how that winds up. Otherwise, like I'm enjoying it, but I think I liked the Gentleman's Book of Vices more, which, like, that's fine, but it's still just like, oh, okay. But I am enjoying it. Otherwise, the only other thing that I read is I started reading Piccadilly Gym. I read 13 pages, and boy, that first chapter is so long. So I might end up doing the audiobook and the ebook at the same time, because that makes it go faster. I don't know what it's about. 13 chapters doesn't give me much. All I know is, like, it's a continuation of The Little Nugget, which sucks because I hated that character. He's literally called The Little Nugget because people keep trying to kidnap him for a ransom. So he's like a little gold nugget. I hate that character. He is horrible. So I'm not looking forward to another book that he's in. Hopefully this is the last one. Other than that, I also started reading and will continue reading today Vathek by... oh, I forget who it's by. It's up here. It's for my Gothic literature class, so I need to have a quarter of it read by tomorrow, which is only like 30 pages, so I'm not like stressed out or anything. But I don't really know what that is about either. I know it's about like corruption, which that makes sense. But yeah, that's really all I know. So far we've only been introduced to the character of Vathek, who is like this like caliph, I think, and it's talking about how, you know, if he is angry at someone, like, they might as well be dead, so he tries not to, you know, get that angry, and he built this like amazing palace with all these different wings that are devoted to, you know, the pleasures of being alive, pretty much. So it's interesting. But I'm waiting for the, I'm waiting for the corruption. So that will probably be my focus this week, is finishing Vathek, just to get it done. But I also need to get Piccadilly Gym done. So we're going to do Bouncing Act. But that's about it. Tonight we're going to go, I have to work just like a half day. And then we're going to our friend's house to watch a football game. I think it's a championship football game, not the Super Bowl, but like the AFC or something. I don't know. It's postseason. That's all I know. So we're gonna watch that, which means I will probably be reading during it. So yeah. All right, I'll check in with you later. I found my tripod. It was literally on the table. I was apparently blind to it the other day. Alright, so yesterday I finished listening to a rulebook for Restless Rogues. The plot point that I had been waiting for, I actually really liked how it happened, even though it happened at like 80%. I thought that was like very well done. There was a like character with a secret identity that will feature more later in the series, which I will continue reading. I don't know how I'll respond to the third book, because the third book is sapphic, and I like the character that it's going to be about, and I have nothing against sapphic romance. It's just not usually what I read. I will get it at some point. I will add it to my wish list, but yeah, it'll be interesting. But I was overall like very happy with how it turned out. I did like the characters. I thought they were very lovable. I thought they were very cute together. I appreciated their emotional conversations, as rare as they were. So yeah, I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars, which I'm very happy about. I know, like, I think it was yesterday, I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't like it as much as A Gentleman's Book of Vices or whatever. And that is true, but I gave that one 5 stars. But that doesn't, just because I prefer that one doesn't mean that this one isn't good. It is good. I just prefer the other one. So, and that's kind of why I said also we'll see about the third book in the series, because not only is it about like a relationship that I don't typically read a lot of, but it's also the third book in his series. And if, not that I think that, my score will go down to a 3 stars because it's the third book in the series, but it is something where I'm like, So there is that. We went over to a friend's house last night to watch the football game, and I was right, it was the AFC Championship. Look at me knowing things about football. The Chiefs won, which my husband and his friend were rooting against them. I don't personally care, but because I enjoy being contrary, I was rooting for the Chiefs very quietly. So, whoops. But I also read about 32 pages of Vathek, which, well, because I think I talked about reading Vathek yesterday. I finished up to the 32nd page, because I think I was on like page like 13 or something when I started it on Saturday. So that is what I maybe had to have read by this class I'm about to go to. The schedule got all sorts of messed up because of MLK Day, and my teacher still hasn't updated it, so I don't ever really know quite what's happening. Like, I have the guidelines, and so I'm just following the original syllabus until I'm told differently. But it's fine. Vathek is interesting. There's a lot of description, which was making me sleepy. But Vathek had met this guy that apparently had magic, and something I'm noticing in Gothic literature is their emotions are very big. Because, like, Vathek, who is, like, the caliph or the prince or whatever of this area, he's very nice to this stranger who brings these, like, magic things. And then, because the stranger doesn't talk to him, Vathek like loses his shit. And I'm just like, okay, I realize that the stranger is probably the antagonist, but also he's just not talking to you. And like, I understand you're used to having your wishes obeyed, but dude. So that's just something that like I think I kind of have to adjust to. But it's interesting. I don't think I liked it as much as I liked the Castle of Otranto. So there's that. That's about it. So I'm going to leave a class and continue on with a new audiobook, which I will talk about in next week's vlog. And I'm going to wrap up the vlog. So this one feels a lot shorter than last week's. And with maybe a touch more b-roll. So I'm improving. Yay. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know if you've read Gothic literature and how you feel about it. And if I'm correct with the big emotions. Or if I just happen to read two authors who like writing big emotions. But leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.